Father, mother with 2 low-paying jobs, and my sister Mary, my big sister, who always dreamed of becoming a doctor. But as hard as my mother worked, she couldn't keep up the payments on our little house. And one day the bank came and foreclosed on us.
Larry Becker was born to run for office. He's taken on the Wall Street banks, who in return have declared jihad against him. And he's in a bare-knuckled re-election campaign against a crazy ex-baseball player.
First, we moved into a homeless shelter, but that wasn't safe. Eventually, we found a tiny 1-bedroom apartment, 3 of us.
The press will most likely have questions about Afghan troop levels, the Travis base closing, levies, the budget debates. Just blow through those questions and pivot to our message of the day.
All right, great. Got it. Thank you, guys. All right, showtime.
Stephen Green is the real deal. War hero, cares, actually knows the facts. And he's cruising for re-election against Duff Campbell, who has none of those things. But Duff does have good hair and unlimited money, which is the mother's milk of all politics.
My mama struggled day and night, but it wasn't enough. So eventually, my sister Mary, she had to quit high school, get a job as a waitress. Both of them working just to provide me with some food, clothing, roof over my head.
You're afraid of the baby.
What is the Air Force going to do about the Travis?
As a former Navy SEAL, what do you think about the way they handled it?
Gas prices are at a record high. Companies are making enormous profits. What's your response?
Okay, guys, these are great questions. I'm going to get to all of these. But my primary purpose here today is to talk about our most precious natural resource, which is our children. We now live in a country where over 2/3 of the population is overweight. Now, 90% of our middle schools no longer have daily gym classes.
At night, I'd hear my mama come home from her late shift at the tanning plant. As I lay there in bed, I could hear my mama cry. And I ask you, how is it possible that a country that can afford to bail out the Wall Street banks to the tune of over $2 trillion, how can that country not afford to have those same banks from taking away the American dream from so many hard-working Americans? It's just not right.
This is a crisis, and it's a crisis that we owe it to our children to solve. And the time to solve it is now.
Thank you. Senator, comment on Afghan. Just more questions. Afghan troop levels, Senator. Hey, Reed. Hey, why don't you go fishing for the 3-day weekend? We'll dump the divorce news after 5 on Friday by tipping the AP to the legal filings on an embargoed basis. It'll play on the wires after 7. It's the perfect time for a document dump. All right. Talk to you later. You'll live.
Ka-ching, money shot, message of the day.
This one's yours, all right? Oh, God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, all right. All right. Come on.
Same thing.
Yes.
Now, as I stand here in the governor's house, the people's house, I am using the power of this house to help keep the people of Kentucky in their houses. Today, I am sending a bill to the state senate that offers real and solid protection from the kind of cruel foreclosures that my mama and so many hard-working Kentuckians have been forced to endure. Now, I'm asking for you to back me on this. It's fair, it's decent, and it is right. You don't have to do that. You're an aide, not a waitress.
It's my pleasure. And can I ask you something?
Of course.
How much of that story you just told was true?
Elena. 100%.
Really?
Room 1600?
You're Donnie?
To the rescue. 1600.
Down the hall to your left. Hey, would you be a bit more obvious?
I thought he was getting a masseuse. Not some starlet playing a masseuse.
Hey, she and her company were vetted. She had the Rex.
Yeah, she has the killer bod. That's the only wreck that counts. You'll come to think of it, my back feels stiff too.
Yeah, that's not the only thing, you jerk.
In Kentucky, we're going to the mattresses.
Got some ideas on a statement.
Well, they better be good. Because if he goes down, it's going to be a 4-day school week there. The minimum wage will drop to 75 cents an hour. You'll be able to light the Kentucky rivers on fire. How late are we?
Real time or call time? Exactly on time. How do you know this person?
She's my law school roommate's sister. The object is get in, get out, and get back to the Kentucky mess.
Max, Julia.
Yes?
Get me Paul. Get him now.
Senator, let's just go through this bit by bit. What are we talking about?
She's claiming that we did it.
Well, did what? Did a happy ending, or?
More. I'm sure she thinks it'll get her a bigger check. Look, man, I am dying because of your photo op, and now I'm dying because of this fucking psycho.
And what kind of masseuse is this? Is it like a masseuse or an escort?
Julia got her from the Speaker of the Assembly.
We're in room 5.
Okay, how many people know about this?
It's just us. Come on, man. This could be a career killer.
Okay, I need 15 minutes here. Make it 10, and I'm on this.
Look out the door. Malnourished children, AIDS rampant, people looking for decent jobs, or any job for that matter. Victims of an education system horribly broken, and hope something in extremely short supply.
I completely agree, and I can only imagine what it's like to try to run this every year. And next year, you're going to have even less money for this clinic. So in terms of fundraising, I think I should put you in touch with some deep pocket guys in Woodside, Pacific Heights, Internet, do-gooder.
I want to run for governor.
Excuse me?
I want to run for governor.
Well, I guess that's one way to solve your problem. Okay. Do you mind if I ask you why?
For 9 years, I have worked 12, 14 hours a day here, seeing what's working in our society, and more importantly, what isn't. And I'm not just a physician.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell Maria's mom?
Nothing from Children's? Okay, we're going to have to road trip it. Get in their faces, guilt them into the transplant. And ask the OR nurses when Chris Anderson gets out of his last surgery.
Sure. Okay. Dim sum on the way back?
Perfect, thanks. Sorry, my life. Anyway, I'm not just a physician. I also do community organizing, a job qualification that didn't hurt our president. And not to sound too immodest, but I think I can make people's lives better.
Look, forgive me. You're Dan's sister, and I love him, and you seem like a very nice person yourself. But I gotta tell you, and I think as a doctor, you'll understand when I say this, you need to have your head examined. I mean, seriously, because this is insane.
Running a free clinic with what the state gives me, that's insane too.
Okay, all right, we had something that came up, so I don't have a ton of time, but let me just walk you through this. If you are ballsy enough or crazy enough to do this, I can promise you an unending barrage of innuendo, vitriol, and lies. Everything will be on the public record, from the dope that you smoked in the 11th grade to the blow you did with your girlfriends during your college lesbian experimentation period. There's not one moment of your past that will not be scrutinized in excruciating detail.
Done?
Not yet. After that all comes out and more, the facts will be twisted, stomped, and exaggerated to the point that you will no longer recognize them. And if that doesn't do it, new facts will be made up so they can destroy you.
Done?
Not yet. And then they'll say, and I'll say it right now, what the hell qualifications do you have to be governor?
In my job, I work with every sort of person, a giant array of problems. I run a team that daily produces real, tangible results. I see our problems up close. And I think that I can bring people together to accomplish things. Good things.
Good things?
Yes.
Excuse me, this isn't a high school service club. Okay, getting elected isn't the Harvard-Yale debate society where the best argument carries the day. These are steel cage death matches. Even if you win, which, with all due respect, would be laughable, they will hobble you. They will shatter you. The process itself will change you in ways that you cannot even possibly imagine. And is that what you want? And is that what you want for you, for your family? Do you have a family?
I'm a single mom. I have a 6-year-old son.
What about the kid's dad?
Irrelevant.
Not if you're going to do this. Nothing will be irrelevant. Despite this being the bluest state in the country, it still knocked down gay marriage and the legalization of pot. Over half of the people in the state self-identify as born-agains or regular churchgoers, not exactly the profile of someone who's going to be voting for you. This is a blood sport. Okay. I have worked for men who were shot at in Vietnam, and the campaign literally broke them down to tears. A man I loved, who America loved, with a Navy Cross and 2 Purple Hearts, sat crying on my living room couch because of what the press said about him and his family. You're too good a person for this. To win in politics, you have got to be the person who is willing to bring a gun to a knife fight.
Is this your usual pep talk?
No.
Well, that's good, I guess.
No, this one's for friends and family. Usually it's worse. She wants to be governor. Oh, man.
I liked her. She was cool and sharp, and it seemed like she really wanted it.
Well, I want to play shortstop for the Giants. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. Okay, Jimmy, you want to start us off?
This is our friend Tony Shearson, courtesy of YouTube, at her massage school graduation picnic.
So she's an actual masseuse, this is not a setup?
Licensed and with 6 years experience.
Oh, that sucks.
But with other experience, too. She had the misfortune of being arrested twice for prostitution. The first time, she pleaded guilty and was sentenced to probation. The other time, charges were dropped.
Okay, so we're not dealing with the Virgin Mary here.
Exactly. And you, sir, are a war hero who served your country in the freezing mountains of Afghanistan while she was selling her pussy at the Beverly Hills Hotel. So if it becomes her word against yours, you should be okay. That's the good news.
Okay, tell me the bad news.
She's a pro. And you're on her massage table in your boxers. That's her bogey.
Do we know what she's asking for?
$2 million.
Oh, forget that. Jimmy, could you bring up the next thing?
Okay,
we just threw this together, probably a little early, but we had to know. You want to know why you're up 7 points? This is why. Soccer moms, 35 to 45. These are your people.
No way would I believe him.
And if she had a shady past and was a known and proven liar?
I don't know. Someone who looks like that, he's still a guy.
Guys do what they're gonna do.
And how about if someone told you that he was in a state of semi-consciousness because of all the pain, and that's why I didn't realize how bad it might look, him being in there with her?
But if my husband said something like that, not only would I think that he's a cheating jerk, but that he can't make up a halfway decent lie.
Okay, they were my people.
If I told you that because of a war injury, sometimes he takes strong pain medication, which makes him drowsy, and that's why this happened.
Well, that's 10% better, but 90% pure lame-o. Come on. Really.
They love you when you're talking about smaller class sizes, but not so much when you're trying to explain away a quickie with Tawny.
I am such an idiot.
You are anything but. You got caught up in some nasty shit. We're gonna figure out a way to get you out of it.
How's she gonna spill it?
She's got some kind of in it box. This asshole they brought in to run KXSF, Roger Fillmore, he's practically smacking his lips on this one. Not to mention he's writing out Tea Party Pals. This is their wet dream.
So what are they waiting for?
She's teed it up but hasn't given the deliverables. This is straight up pay to play. And even if we do pay, Roger's still probably gonna run with it.
Okay, look, we're gonna figure out a way to inoculate you against this, and we're gonna dig up the shit on this girl. What do you think's the best room service?
Carl Ludwig at KCOP loves us.
Or Maggie Darcy. I have 2 words for you. Peaches O'Dell.
Hey.
Hey. Can I buy you another coffee?
No, thanks. I got enough to last me all night, which, at the rate you're dumping your garbage on me, is where I'm going to be again.
You did a great job with that Tawny mugshot.
She's a hoe.
She's a hoe with a story.
Yeah, well, like all of us.
How much it cost you?
Nothing. I did a little thing for an Interpol guy running a button camp video and a .com gazillionaire.
The thing?
A thing. You don't want to know, trust me. And I got you a little present.
This wouldn't have anything to do with health-related issues, would it?
Try everything. Your buddy in Kentucky, the ex-left fielder for the Baltimore Orioles, no less, guess what? He's mortal.
I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, me too. Who would have thunk it, mister? I used to play in the big leagues while you were a pussy in the Peace Corps, arrogant prick. Fuck.
And this is solid.
Platinum.
Actually seen or talked about?
What do you take me for?
As our friend the Gipper always said, Davidii no previdii. Trust, but verify.
Okay. Well, no look at it.
Wow.
Yeah. You can kiss me if you like.
Irregular heartbeat. He's had it for years. And one of the great truisms of the game is when voters start to worry about a candidate's health, it is a gigantic number suck.
Well, sure, Paul, but I can't exactly be some local news, honey. I just happened to sneak a peek at Perkins' medical records.
Well, no, I mean, not like that.
How then?
It's all about how you frame the narrative. Look, this is a race about leadership. One guy is using his position in the state Senate to conduct a completely meritless witch hunt against a man who's served the public his entire adult life, a man who works for the state of Kentucky 24/7. I mean, look what time we're talking now. It's what? It's 3:15 in the morning, your time.
Yeah.
What you do is incredibly difficult. It requires tremendous strength and stamina.
Yeah, you're fucking telling me. Trying to get my anti-foreclosure thing through this wingnut legislature's like trying to run a Red Sox flag up in Yankee Stadium.
How's it going?
You know, 2 steps forward, 1.5 back. And not to sound like some kind of ad you guys do, but my mama could have used something like this. And if these assholes want to fight, they're going to get a fight.
And it's an incredibly difficult fight, right? And look, all we're doing is asking the voters to compare the 2 candidates' health records and make an informed choice. But, I mean, you're going to release everything you have, right? I mean, and is there anything in there that I need to be worried about?
Nothing.
Really nothing?
Trust me, despite decades of avoiding the gym like that's where you get dengue fever, I have probably unfairly dealt a pretty good hand.
I'm going to have my guy look it over anyway. And then, when we do release it, every day, at every stop, through every news cycle, we hammer him to release his.
Why he doesn't go for it?
Well, that's exactly what we want. More than anything else, it's the refusal to release that creates the story. Look, campaigns always come down to one thing. Above all else, who do you trust? And by not releasing, that causes people to lose trust. Once you've lost the public trust, you're a dead man walking.
Better him than me.
And that's just the beginning. Then we get some credible third parties down there to just hound him. Ask him, has he ever failed a steroids test? You think Roger Clemens on steroids was a big story? How about a guy running for governor on the juice? And the nurses are with us, big time. We get them out there picking in his fucking office every week. And then we get our blog buddies to float a story that he may be suffering from some sort of STD. And then we put the flyers on the windshield at the churches, and then we follow that up with a killer push poll.
Well, that's nice, considering he's got none of those things.
Well, maybe he has and maybe he hasn't. We're just asking questions. Look, your guy loves to talk about hitting major league pitching while politics is the NFL. And we're going to hit him helmet to helmet.
Let's say he does release him and people feel sorry for him. Then I just look like some kind of a jerk for bringing it up.
You didn't know what was in it? You're as surprised as anyone else. He was an all-star baseball player, for Christ's sake. Of course, you feel for him. And you'll keep him in yours and Sophia's prayers. But what you're more interested in is who is best qualified to lead a state that nobody could possibly care about more than you.
Got it. Crazy times, man. Hey, is it true Stephen Green got a Hummer from a pro?
Where did you hear that?
I heard it.
Come on.
One of Green's guys did the web race with one of mine. God damn. That makes my stuff look like a walk in the park. Was she hot?
I can neither confirm nor deny this story.
Yeah. Was she hot?
Allegedly very.
Hey, Peaches.
Really, you're coming to me.
Always.
Oh, come on. When I'm looking my worst.
Your worst is 1,000 times better than most people's best. Weren't you a Miss something Nebraska?
Arizona?
Arizona.
It's Arizona. Some of us had to get ahead without the fancy schools.
Hey, while you were polishing your tiara, I was busting my ass on construction sites up in Minnesota.
Oh, please. Can you go to Harvard Law or something? Sounds kind of silver spoony to me.
Try wooden spoon. My dad was a building trades union steward. That's how I got all my cushy jobs like in lumber up 4 flights of stairs.
Well, you got me without the glam. And as much as I do enjoy seeing you, I don't think you came all the way across town to check me out in my sweating gear.
I have a story for you.
Oh, stop it.
I hear that CNN may be bringing you to D.C. to try you out nationally.
Well, it could be.
Well, this could help.
Well, whatever you've got for me, it cannot be as good as what I'm getting from Campbell's Guys, which, as I understand it, involves a tasty treat from a smoking hot masseuse.
Well, Peaches, of course, we're going to deny that. We are talking about a United States Senator and a Purple Heart winner with a documented history of a bad back, injured, I might add, in service of his country.
Right. And John F. Kennedy had a bad back, but it didn't stop him from fucking Marilyn Monroe.
This is no Marilyn.
No, Marilyn was a secret, and not this baby. She is hot, and she is mine, oh mine.
Okay, look, like everything else, there's another side to this. And I thought that you and I might be able to work something out.
Not friggin' likely.
Okay.
What?
I have a friend who tells me that your newest anchor, Connie Connor, went to a bachelorette party in Vegas a few years back.
And?
Things got pretty wild.
Oh, yeah. Okay, your friends are good. These on the net?
Not yet. So, some room service? Am I gonna love this?
Do you love me?
Deeply. No. Show me the spot first.
I used to be a Navy pilot. On a mission in Afghanistan, my helicopter was shot down. Both of my legs and 4 ribs were broken. The enemy came to finish us off. The young officer that I was transporting single-handedly fought off an entire squad of Taliban until reinforcements could arrive. I didn't think I'd make it through that night. And when the rescue choppers finally came, that same officer carried me over a quarter of a mile on his back. By all accounts, I should be dead. But I'm not, thanks to one man. Stephen Green fought for me with everything he had, and now he's fighting just as hard for all of California's families.
I was so very proud to serve with Captain Johnny Duncan, a true American hero. I'm Stephen Green, and I approve this message.
Light reading?
Yeah, it's for that new cruiser, which costs more than an aircraft carrier did when I was coming on.
Well, somebody will get rich on it.
Yeah, you know, I got a feeling it doesn't even do what the Navy says it's supposed to do. Would you try to find real data on it? And good luck.
You have a call to make. Mandy Denton.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
She runs commercials for Campbell.
Oh, God, those cloying, what? I believe how a guy treats his family. Those Mr. Family Values till you want to retch, those ads?
That's her.
Good night.
You know what they're doing, right? The more they pound family values, they're just laying track for you know who.
Scum.
First class. But it turns out that Mandy not only makes the commercials for Campbell, she also makes his bed. It's all one big happy family, along with Roger Fillmore down at KXSF. But he's really just a mouthpiece for Campbell and his $90 million he's got earmarked to bury you.
Yeah. Family Values. What's Roger actually got?
He's trying to swift boat you. He's got all his guys meeting with anybody and everybody you ever served with.
Yeah, happy hunting. What's Mandy's story?
She's good at what she does. She's got 2 kids at home. The husband's a .com guy. I don't think he knows. So.
Okay, Roger, I want you to blow that asshole up. This Mandy thing, kill it. She's a civilian.
What is it? Talking points for the governor on his budget.
And what do you know about that?
6 weeks ago? Not much.
Okay, but you can fake it.
Yeah, it's nothing. My parents think that I'm taking some time off before applying to med school. And remember, you're not Samantha, but a guy named Sam.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Don't be pissed.
Oh my God.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, it's not too late. To call you, is it?
No.
Do you remember the
Football player who's wanting to run for mayor of San Diego?
Tony Blanchard.
Right. Right, and doesn't he have a book coming out?
First and Goal, something like that.
Let's get him in here.
Okay.
Okay, so 89. You want to push it? 8, 9. Perfect. Thank you. You and me. Lunch. No pizza? Yeah? Okay. You're gonna have to wait just a second. Hello. Hi, guys. Petitions from people who want me to run.
Do you have every junkie in the mission sign these?
No. Okay, yes. But I also got architects, other physicians, waitresses, delivery guys, teachers, painters.
Okay, look, I have no doubt those people love you. But you also need the farmers in the Central Valley, the soccer moms in Concord, and the 2nd and 3rd generation Latinos in San Bernardino to love you too. Not to mention the golf crowd in Santa Barbara.
Hey, I was raised in Santa Barbara. My dad was a doctor there for 35 years.
Okay, well, great, but that's not going to help you with your druggie friends. And on the other side of that, your parents' friends don't want to know about the dirty needle crowd. And here's the cold reality. You have no name recognition. So how the hell are you going to pay for this?
That's what the web's for. There has to be 1 million people willing to pay $10 for real change. Boom. There's 10 million for you.
California has more local media markets than any state in the union. It costs $2.5 million a week for statewide media buy. $10 million? Try multiplying that by 5 just to get into the game.
Okay, then I'll get 4 million people. That's only 10% of the state to pay $10. You got 40. You know, I gotta believe that 1 in 10 people will think for the price of 2 frappuccinos they'll finally get a governor who will really change things.
Okay, I get it. I'm sure you would be a great governor. But I'm in the business of winning.
I thought you were in the business of helping.
Helping people who can win.
Hello? Great.
Would you
Really back here.
Would you just help me? Would you think about it?
Kentucky. He loved the talking points.
I have thought about it. Sorry. Hey.
Come on, buddy. We gotta go.
For a girl born in Seoul, she's sure got that Kentucky thing down. Right? I think it's going to move the numbers a little.
Give me a break.
What?
Look.
I played professional baseball for 15 years and was fortunate enough to make the American League All-Star team 6 times. And later, I shared in the highest honor in team sports, winning the World Series. And after that amazing season, I came home to serve in our state Senate, where I stood up for small businesses, cutting your taxes and cracking down on bloated pensions for overpaid and underworked bureaucrats. But the greatest honor I could ever have is going to bat for all of Kentucky as your governor. I'm Justin Perkins, and I approve this message.
Boy. No, I don't have an FBI badge, but I know blackmail when I see it.
As I'm sure you can understand, we see it rather differently. My client has suffered enormous emotional damage. Imagine you're hired to do a job, You do it exceptionally well for 6 years. Then suddenly, out of the blue, you're hit on by a United States senator.
Senator Green has a completely different recollection of these events, and with all due respect, if it comes down to his word against your clients, I think we both know who wins.
You're a bit overconfident. Do you have any idea what faces your boss if he doesn't settle this case? A legal colonoscopy without anesthesia.
Okay. I want to know what you want.
Finally. What I want is a check.
Sweetheart, please, let me handle this. What Miss Shearson wants is three things. $3 million. What your client
Wasn't it
wants.
$2 million?
It was 2 until your boss accused my client of extortion. $1 million costly mistake.
Look, even if we were to pay that outrageous amount, what guarantee do we have that we still wouldn't hear this story from Peaches O'Dell or any of your other media buddies?
Paul, I keep my promises. How do you think I built this law firm?
Okay. All right. This is what I'm prepared to offer you. And I really want you to think about it, because this is as high as it will ever get. 0. That's my offer.
Well, I guess we're going to be hearing a lot more about a particular senator. Now, Paul, I want you to understand this is not a threat. It's just
You don't have much to go on. On our side, sterling silver reputation. Your side, multiple prostitution arrests.
Maybe, but we have something that you don't have. We have a lab report from a forensic lab in Mountain View. It shows Tony's shirt. Do you want to guess what's on it?
I don't think I want to.
DNA in a stain, perfect match to your senator. It seems as if your guy is being screwed again. Mr. Green in the bedroom with his happy little gun.
Why did he do it?
Politicians are politicians because they have completely interrelated strengths and frailties. They can be incredibly committed to truly changing the world and also be wildly self-destructive.
I'll take the first and pass on the second.
It's not so easy in the real world. You know, the qualities that make a star politician, the need for the spotlight, the quest for power, the ability to use people and discard them when you're through with them, is the exact same skill set that enables an FDR to create the New Deal, saving a country and having multiple affairs. Or Eisenhower liberate a continent and be carrying on an affair with his aide the whole time. Or President Clinton presiding over an unprecedented period of peace and prosperity and then banging Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, their detriment.
But is this something that we gotta have or something we've just bought into?
You don't get the outsized talent without the outsized weakness. Look, this isn't a video game or a TV show. This is the real thing. People in power truly impact our lives. You know, do they screw up? Are they perfect? Look, Stephen Green could be president, right? And he would be a great one. Because some blackmailing hooker, are we going to throw away all of the good that he's done? All of the good that he's gonna do?
Yeah, but still.
When it gets like this, you just got to get revved and ready and say, WWMD. What would Machiavelli do?
It's better work, man.
Look at it this way. If it doesn't, I got you back on the road to get in shape.
I'd rather be riding down that road in my Harley. A lot more fun.
What?
What? Look at the new me, sweetheart.
Really?
Don't sound so skeptical. I used to be in pretty good shape. I still am in reasonable shape. Sorta. Oh, come on. You're bringing food. Hey!
Tony Blanchard, so nice to meet you, sir.
Pleasure is all my... Tony Blanchard. I used to watch you all the time, just in awe of your talent.
Thank you. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hey, I hear you're gonna be the next mayor of San Diego.
Trying. Hoping.
Where do you think I heard it from?
Tony, over here.
Just a few questions. Governor, do you have any comments on Justin Perkins releasing his medical records later today?
That is long overdue. We both owe it to the voters to be completely upfront and open. As you know, I released my records over 2 weeks ago. I think if you want to occupy this fine house, well, the voters have a right to know the state of their governor's health.
Is having Tony Blanchard with you today related to the release?
Absolutely not. This is one of the finest athletes this country has ever produced, and when Tony offered to take time out of his busy schedule to come here, I jumped at the chance. Not every day you get whooped by an all-pro.
Tony, what do you think of the governor as a jogging partner?
I think, and let me stress think that I could beat your governor today. But if I'm in as half as good a shape as Governor Becker is when I hit his age, I'll be one happy guy his age.
Go along. You want to join us?
Not in these heels, but have a good run, Governor.
Thanks, Governor.
Okay, here we go.
Man, you are fast.
Not as fast as you and Tony.
Cheers to that.
For state senator and gubernatorial candidate Justin Perkins, it was a major day indeed. Perkins finally released his medical records this morning, and as we've been reporting, they showed an irregular heartbeat all over the Capitol and, in fact, the state. This has been topic number one. And earlier, the Perkins campaign made every effort to diminish the damage, including having his personal physician speak to reporters here at Mercy Hospital.
Thank you and welcome to Mercy Hospital. I'm Dr. Ryan Johnson. I'm Senator Perkins' cardiologist and his attending physician. Senator Perkins has arrhythmia, a condition commonly known as an irregular heartbeat, a condition shared by millions of Americans. He is a former professional athlete, as everybody in Kentucky knows. He is in superb health. There will be no physical limitations for him because of this condition.
But what about the reports of terrorism?
Excuse me, one at a time, please.
Why were his records not released earlier?
I'll refer you to the campaign on that. Again, he's in superb condition. His arrhythmia will have no impact.
Any evidence of STDs?
It's an offensive question that I won't be answering.
At the same time, our current governor had a different take on the day's events.
Let me begin by saying that the issue of a person's health is far more important than any political campaign. But this is really about the public trust. If the public can't trust you to be upfront about your own health, how can they trust you with the health of our state? Of course, Sophia and I will have State Senator Perkins in our hearts and our prayers tonight when it comes to his overcoming this very serious health problem. I think if you want to occupy this fine house, well, the voters have a right to know the state of their governor's health.
And later in the day, Tony Blanchard spoke to a packed to the rafters crowd at Leland Middle School, and then afterward, signed autographs. And for those lucky kids getting to meet our governor's all-pro jogging partner, it'll be a day they'll remember their entire lives.
And we caught up with Governor Becker as he attended a talk and book signing for football superstar Tony Blanchard at the Pine Valley Mall.
Some rush there, Governor.
Well, promised I'd come hear Tony speak. He's a good friend. Run a little late. You know, like everyone else in America, I cheered when he made that unbelievable Super Bowl run, and I'm cheering for him now that he's setting such a fine example for Kentucky's children.
Thanks for your time, Governor.
Wow.
It's Picasso. Oh.
Sure, Picasso.
Escalator was genius.
And you had the cameras everywhere they needed to be. It's a great job. It's great. It's a great job.
Thanks, sweetheart. I owe you. Well, that is it for jogging.
No. Once a week, every week to the campaign ends.
What? Can't you just release some photos or something?
Just one, because you and I are going to the Seville bar later.
The wine bar?
The wine bar.
Seems a little upscale for you.
Upscale, really? Why? What do you mean?
The girls keep the clothes on, for one thing.
Don't be so sure. There's this waitress there named Laura. Oh my God, she's absolutely gorgeous.
She's the new thing?
Well, actually, she's more your type.
Why are we going to the Seville?
Okay. Laura, who is becoming very tight with myself, has agreed to show some pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
Clothes?
Kind of, sort of.
Regarding?
Regarding bite marks of a certain set of teeth from a person of interest. Regarding a certain fleshy part of the body.
What are you still doing here? You're here, boss. Anyway, I love this spot.
Love it.
Swift footage, dude. Want to see it? It's still rough in my voice, but we'll get Don in here tomorrow if you like it.
Is that what?
Imagine this. You attend Annapolis. You play football there. And did so well, you had the chance to go on and play professionally. But instead, you turned down the NFL and went to fight for your country. Your leadership was recognized with a Navy Cross. And then, years later, someone begins knocking on the doors of those who served with you.
They came into my house and started asking me questions about Stephen Green and all the bad things he had done when he was a lieutenant in my unit. Bad things. There wasn't an officer in all of Afghanistan as respected as he was.
Yeah, they asked me the same thing. And every time I said something good about Stephen Green, they wanted something bad. This is the guy who put his body between us and the Taliban. And what they're doing is un-American. So I asked them to please leave my house. Far too many of our friends are buried here. And it shocks me that instead of honoring those that fought and died for this country, Duff Campbell is spending his money looking for some kind of dirt that doesn't even exist on the finest officer I had the honor to serve under, Lieutenant Stephen Green.
Fuck you, motherfucker!
Oh, that is a Rembrandt! Yeah, yeah! Kristen's still here?
Yeah, she's on the...
Hey,
Hey,
you gonna jump?
I should.
Is that Stephen Green stuff?
No, it's not that. Read.
I first aspired to go to medical school when, as a small child, I would accompany my uncle to his small pediatric clinic in Seoul, where he was a beloved figure. What is this?
Well, that's my life. The cliche of my life. It's what you do when you're first-generation American and your parents run a fruit market in the shadows of Berkeley. They work like 15 hours a day, just so that one day you can go to that very same college.
And become a surgeon.
Not just that, I could be an internationally renowned concert pianist or a professor in electrical engineering.
You ended up here.
Thought it was a good thing.
Well, I can't offer you a lab coat, but the truth of it is that as fucked up as things are and as bad as they may seem, that most people really believe that leaders can make a difference. If you're helping great leaders get in, aren't you doing a service?
Yeah. I know, but
It doesn't fit the narrative. It's a cliche that we work with every day.
like being the daughter of outrageously hardworking Korean immigrants who one day goes off to Johns Hopkins Medical School.
You broke out of your cliche, and I think that's a great thing. Look, on election night, when your guy goes over the top, the feeling is unfucking believable. It courses through your veins like nothing else.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to do what you do. I want to make kings and queens, but I can't do what you do.
You can, and you'll be better than I am. Then you'll be a great doctor. A Penelope, great doctor. I'll write a letter of recommendation for you. I'll get the Vice President of the United States to write a letter of recommendation for you.
I'm sorry. But thank you. Thanks.
That photo probably cost him $5,000.
For you.
You're kidding.
Not at all. I go to meetings all the time. All I get from them is a headache. Now at least you'll have something good to remember a little talk by. Sit.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to provide a happy memory of our talk.
Then I'll use them. Or more to the point, your man Stephen Green can. Not happy times for our junior senator, huh, Paul?
Well, I don't know about that. He's up 9 points in the latest field poll. He's got 16 major newspaper endorsements, and more importantly, he's doing great things for the state.
Spare me. We're in a no-spin zone here, Paul. We both know that he's got a giant bullseye painted on his back, and I have a huge fucking archer standing right behind him.
But you haven't fired.
I wanted to see what you had to offer first.
You're interested in our story.
Of course. We're fair, we're balanced, we're a news organization. For Christ's sake, Paul, come on.
Well, I'm not sure that I agree with any of those claims. Our story is that there is no story. Nada. Nothing. Zilch.
That's too bad. And I guess we'll be hearing a lot more from Miss Shearson. It's horrible what that poor girl experienced.
Something tells me she's going to be just fine. I was hoping you would do me a personal favor. I'd like you to kill any stories with her ridiculous claims.
You must be joking.
Not at all. You see, I've recently become aware of a waitress at the Seville wine bar named Laura. She tells a pretty incredible story.
I've never been there.
The story is, guy comes in, is drinking, he's interested. He bites her ass in the bar. Now, that was my reaction as well. So she tells her friend who also works there, and it turns out the same guy did the same thing to her too.
Really?
And there's more. Apparently the guy is so rich, he was brought in to run a television station or something, that both girls, looking for opportunities, as people are wont to do in these tough economic times, take pictures of the bite marks and what this guy did to them. I thought you'd want to know. I can have this story up on Gawker before I get back to my office. Most of the major media outlets will probably pick it up, certainly the Chronicle, maybe some other television stations, but I'm guessing not here.
Probably not. This has been great. Paul, best.
Thanks for the mug.
Absolutely.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Hey.
I'd like you to meet Angela.
Hi. Sorry, I was working all day. And Demetrius,
What?
he spent like half your company's budget on me tonight.
Just a few drinks. This girl can go toe-to-toe with the best.
You look familiar.
Very good, Jimmy. There's something in between your ears besides unlistenable punk. Very nice. Okay, now tell me from where and post disqualified. Oh, come on, nobody.
The Tawny video, orange bikini.
That's my girl.
It was red, and it's my favorite.
Red, blue, yellow. Who cares? You look that fucking beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Dimitri says that you are a proud graduate of the Bay City School of Massage Therapy.
She is the All-Star graduate. She won like the President's Award or the Iron Cross or something.
Hey, hi, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Sorry I'm late. Oh my God. I watch you all the time. You're Peaches O'Donnell. You're the best.
Thank you. You were very sweet to say that.
Wow. All I ever wanted to be when I was a little girl was a TV reporter, and you did it. Look at you, and you're like, wow, you're here, like right here on the couch beside me.
Angela went to school with Tawny.
Oh, what is she like?
Mean.
Oh.
Well, she's not always, but when she drinks, she gets that way.
Pretty, tell her about what you told me about the Baja.
Oh, right, yeah. We were out drinking, and, well, something she did a lot of. Well, but to be honest, kind of something I did a lot of, too. And we'd had this crazy happy hour where we did way too many tequila shots at the Baja Cantina. Do you know it in Venice?
I don't.
It's awesome.
Okay.
So when we left, we passed this rollerblading place, and she picked up a pair of knee pads, and she said, these guys, a ticket to Washington, and this body, and I'm golden.
Nice.
But how'd she end up in Sacramento?
Oh, she had something with like a politician dude that she thought was gonna go like a week, but then he got elected Speaker of the Assembly, and when he moved his whole family up there, then he brought her up too.
Wow.
I kinda didn't think much about it. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But then Demetrius found me, and it all came back. Demetrius found me.
Would you be willing to tell this story on camera?
You want me? Peaches to tell you want to interview me? Yep. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a story that needs to be heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just keeping the media happy.
Fat and happy.
Fat? I don't think so.
Just be glad you're not on camera. Do you know what I think? I think you're running a con.
I bring you to the best sushi restaurant in the town, and this is the thanks I get.
Are you?
No hidden microphones or secret cameras?
Want to pat me down?
Absolutely. I think we're surrounded by the con. Tax breaks for the rich will help the poor. Diet drinks will help you lose 20 pounds and you snag the man of your dreams. Paul, please give us the inside scoop. We promise we'll treat your guy fairly in the story.
The guy you elect today will change the world tomorrow.
You know, the first race I ever ran was for my dad's childhood friend, Ron Geraci. Great guy, just very little formal education, but smart and honest. He was running for mayor against a corrupt asshole who'd been in office forever and was considered unbeatable. I was like 20 and had no experience, but a lot of energy and a lot of ideas, but really, I didn't know shit.
Like now.
Well, more so. But what I did know was that if I worked hard enough and a miracle happened and Ron got in, that the world would somehow be a better place.
Did he win?
He killed. He was the best mayor Minneapolis ever had. So, as corny as it sounds, if you believe, it happens.
So what do you believe?
That if you get the right guy elected, you are so far into a place that is beyond running a campaign or reporting the news. You are making the news. And that's what we dream of. So, do I believe? Yeah. I believe.
Conning me.
I am not. The truth. Straight up. Swear to God.
Oh, yeah, funny. That'll be the day. That is your God. You believe in the God of BlackBerry.
Please, it's only a tool.
Right. Then don't answer it. I dare you. You love that thing more than life itself.
Well, that would be crazy. What the fuck?
It's merely a tool.
What?
We did a sweeps piece on this. I know it looks really weird, but the rice will bring it back to life.
It's better. I have some, right? There you go.
Not too much of a vapid beauty.
I don't know. Not too much of a overeducated, BlackBerry addicted guy running a con.
Hello.
Paul, where the hell are you?
night, I had meeting after meeting, and then I just lost track of time, and then I had a BlackBerry technical malfunction. It works, but nothing. Did you send it to the iPhone? I'll look at it there. Okay.
And we just learned tonight that a local man claims his girlfriend is having an ongoing affair with the governor, and he claims he has her diary to prove it.
Sounds like this is one explosive story. And what was the governor's response?
Well, nothing yet, Danny. And to be fair, this just came in, but our
This is terrible. We need to get down there. What's the first flight we can get?
Fucking duck.
No, honey, you fucked an intern. That's why we're all here.
Has anyone actually seen the diary?
Hey, darling.
Do we even know if the diary's real?
We don't. And if it's electronic, that would be a huge break. Is she a nutter?
No, she's solid. I like her. I mean, you know her.
Paul, as much as I want to violently disagree with every single thing, every word, every syllable my alleged husband says, that one thing is true. She's the daughter of one of our professors.
And?
And you're not going to Kobe Bryant her, turn her into some sort of predatory slut.
We're just getting started here.
She may not be perfect or even completely innocent. I have no idea. But you're not going to trash her.
Look, honey.
No, honey. You guys trash her, and I won't be there to do my stand by my man thing, and then you're really fucked. Honey.
So what do we do?
Sweetie, we have entered a deep, dark, unspendable place.
It's nice to know no matter how bad things get, there's gonna be a Nick girl in the pool to cheer you right up.
Hi, many girls. Hi. You have Jack?
Enjoying.
That's my girl. There's a gentleman sitting across the way in a football jersey. That's the boyfriend. His name is Junior, believe it or not. Junior Conway. He's here all the time.
Don't get me wrong, I could stay here all day, but you gotta do better than that.
Patience, my friend, patience.
Junior? He sells coke to everyone. Girls, customers. Shit, he probably even sells it to the cops that come in.
Okay. What about her?
I did see her once.
And did Junior there provide the refreshments?
Yes and no.
What do you mean?
One time we were all like 3 girls from the club, Junior and a couple of his buddies. We were at a frat party in Lexington doing a bunch of Junior's blow, and he kept telling her to do it.
But she didn't want to do it.
Not really, she kept saying no. Junior wouldn't let it go. He was bugging on it. He kept saying over and over, "You 22 or 62, just go for it."
Did she do any?
She did a tiny bit of the blow, and then 5 minutes later she went home alone. I mean, if I had to guess, that was probably the beginning of the end. I mean, they're just so different.
Did you ever see her do the drugs again?
I mean, I barely saw her do it that once.
It's go time. It's do or die, but it's your call.
Sophia's gonna go batshit.
You should look at this. They've made a major ad buy. It's about to hit. A guy at the station slipped it to me.
Larry Becker wants us to give him another term as governor so he can A, continue to use the governor's office as his personal sex spa, B, use our tax dollars to pay the state troopers who guard him when he's on the prowl, or C, convince you that a girl just out of high school really isn't the first mistress of Kentucky, so he can have 4 more years in office. Is this really the kind of man you would trust with your daughter or your state?
I'm Justin Perkins, and I'll restore dignity back to the governor's office.
I don't know where to fucking start.
And by the way, since when is 22 just out of high school?
She could have been 32. They'd have used the same line. You know what's weird? She's a good girl. Really? Well, the boyfriend's asshole central. Dimitri's already got him getting a $100K payday and double that if you go down.
Oh, fuck me.
6 months ago, the only way I could lose this thing was get caught in bed with a dead girl or a live boy. Now this.
So what's it gonna be? Sonny or Michael?
Sonny. Go nuclear.
Bloggers?
Yep.
TV reporters, talk show, bloviators, and newspapers. All of them. City, community, college. I want all of our big guys. I want every newbie looking to break in.
Hey there, Sarah. Got it. Take this on deep background. Just follow the money, lead straight back to Perkins. Listen, I'm doing you this favor so you don't get beat again. You did all the legwork, but you definitely did not get this information from us. Now this story is yours and yours only. But remember, whatever you do, don't disrespect us. And remember, this is embargoed for 7 a.m. online posting tomorrow.
Yeah, but you're not giving this to anyone else, right? Because let's face it, my blog drives the cable coverage. All the insiders come to us first.
No, absolutely. You get the first pop.
This is gonna be more than a pop. When I heard about this story, I had a blogasm.
Now you get multiple blogasms.
Perkins and his buddies are rat-fucking Kentucky. So we're talking about the Sunday edition, Above the Fold, right?
Right. So I hear that you two are Kentucky's answer to Woodward and Bernstein.
Who? Never mind. But I am Deep Throat.
Hey, didn't you go to school with that major anchor in Lexington, Danny, whatever?
I competed against her.
That's close enough, but if you slip through the information...
We're not exactly friends.
But you could call it, right?
Paul.
Well, I don't understand what's wrong.
Paul, shut up and fuck.
It had been nearly a week since Governor Becker last answered reporters' questions, but when he came out to church this morning, the governor was finally ready to speak to the media. Governor, would you like to make a statement?
Yes, I would. More than anything, these charges are complete and utter fiction. John Grisham could have written this, or better still, Stephen King, because this has truly been a horror story for my family. And this alleged diary the man claims to have is just more fiction, pure and simple.
And what about Helena St. John, the woman at the center of all of these charges?
Well, Danny, Ms. St. John returned to her parents' home near Boston, where she was briefly seen yesterday.
Helena, over here, we have a question.
Helena,
over here.
are you denying the affair?
Why did you do it, Helena? With all this extra
Helena, has the governor been in touch with you?
Can we get an interview? Is the governor going to divorce his
Helena,
wife?
are you in rehab now?
Helena!
And Ms. St. John also came up back home when we caught up with the governor heading for a performance of the Good Shepherd Youth Choir run by Lexington police officers.
The lady in question is a good girl who, like so many fine people from good families, fell into that terrible, terrible abyss of drugs. I wish her all the luck in the world in getting her life together, and I know that with the assistance of clergy, she'll be just fine and become clean and sober once again.
That's good. Okay. Here's the spot Jimmy just cut. We're running it at 2,000 points, heavy rotation for the next 2 weeks. Major cable buy, Lifetime, Ellen, just buying the shit out of the mom demo.
Some things are pretty darn expensive, and it makes you wonder where all that money comes from. Cost of incarcerating a cocaine dealer in Kentucky for 15 months? $28,313. Cost of a brand new pickup? $34,201, which was purchased 2 days after claiming he had a diary for sale. Cost of cocaine rehab for a month? $14,000. Cost of Wall Street banks trying to ruin the reputation of a man who has served the Commonwealth of Kentucky his entire adult life. Priceless.
Booyah, motherfucker!
I owe you, man. But you better get your ass out of Dodge.
Hey, next time you think about running for office, try France. It's a better fit.
Well, merci beaucoup.
Good. Text will be here in 5. So you also have the
Paul. You son of a bitch. I can't fucking believe it. Here. When you graduated law school, you know where I was, right?
Sure. You were 2 years behind me.
Right. In the same class with your favorite pal. I gotta tell you, I have taken a lot.
I know you have.
I'm not sure you do. My father was an artist who struggled his whole life to support us. And he told me if I worked hard, got good grades, and got into Harvard, I could do whatever I wanted. Guess what I did when I got there? Fell for one Larry Lincoln Becker. Dragged me back to this godforsaken place.
Godforsaken?
You grew up in Brooklyn? Absolutely. You know, I've been a good sport. I've done my stand by your man thing for a guy who will fuck anyone, anything, in a skirt. Honestly, must be so confusing for him when those Scottish bagpipers come here to play. But it was all between me and him. But now, you go ahead and you drag this girl through the mud. A girl with her whole life ahead of her. Is that what it's come to?
Hey, she did the coke.
Big deal. Half of America's done a line once in their lives.
And she wasn't raped. She was a completely willing participant.
Hardly.
She knew what the
What the
score
fuck,
was.
Paul? Is it worth it?
Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm playing to win, so that your guy gets another 4 years. So that asshole Perkins, who is diametrically opposed to every single issue that you care about, foreclosures, minimum wage, clean air, and who doesn't so much as take a shit without first having it stamped and approved by Wall Street banks and the mega mining and healthcare industries, doesn't get to sit where Larry sits.
And doesn't it bother you, the way you get there? It's just you and me here, Paul.
Thought you never made it home.
Hi.
Hi.
Is that more Kentucky stuff?
Nope. Penelope's petitions. And they're not just petitions. I mean, they are, but there's also notes on them.
Oh, boy.
Bryson, best doctor I ever had. Yes, followed by 4 exclamation points. I wish I could sign 10 times because you were going to be 10 times better than what we got.
And 10 times as likely to get slaughtered.
Why not Penelope?
You know why? There's 101 reasons why she can't win.
Yeah, I know. And there are really good ones. But I just feel like if she won, this world would be a better place. Not so? No?
I didn't know you were in town.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Look, I know that you're still upset about Helena, but this is what happens.
Well, Helena tried to commit suicide. She took a container full of pills, but her mother found her. It happened over the weekend. You're keeping it quiet, it's not in the media, and won't be. But her mother called to tell me, and I thought you should know too.
I had no idea. I didn't think it would play like this.
This is what happens.
Professor St. John, it's just Paul Turner calling again. I know it's a hard time for you and your family, but if you could give me a call at the number that I left earlier, that would be great. Thank you. I mean, hello, Helena. It's Paul Turner calling again. Look, if you'd like me to stop calling you, just text me, and I will. Oh, no, thanks. Please, I just need 5 minutes of your time. Please, 5 minutes and I will go home, I promise. Please.
I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am. We never should have done it. I never should have done it.
But you did. Why? Why me?
Well, I do know. What we do is like a military guy in Virginia piloting a drone over Afghanistan launching a missile. It seems like a video game, and there aren't real people involved. And you hit the fire button and you're thinking, how'd we do? Did we hit it? And sometimes we hit the target, and other times we destroy the building with a red cross painted on the top.
It's not right. It's so not right. For years after a bad day at school, I jump on that trampoline. And I feel better. I feel like I was free, floating in space. At some point, my mom would come out and tell me that I couldn't stay here all night. The last thing that I wanted was to come back to Earth.
And there's a big dose of coming back down to Earth.
Giant dose. My dad teaches power and politics. Should have known.
No, nobody really understands power. I think that's why we all abuse it so easily.
Sorry, but that's just not good enough. Actions have consequences. And I think you do understand.
Hey, you know better than that.
Oh, yes I do.
We have last month's foreclosure stats, and we're cutting the spot now.
Good. Where's the big guy?
Got me.
What's he doing? Hiking the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, we're talking about the most electronically connected dude on the planet. Where the hell is he?
I have no idea. Hi, I'm so sorry for calling you so many times, and I know you're really busy, and I called you yesterday.
It's fine, really.
But you haven't heard from me yet, have you?
I haven't, but if I do, I'll call you or text you. You okay?
Just a little worried.
Okay, well, I'll let you know if I do. Okay, bye.
I think you need a shot.
That's my line.
This is what you're up against. Trip Simmons, internet tycoon who, after 2 grueling months teaching, is running as a public school teacher, albeit a public school teacher willing to spend $45 million, 95% of which is his own money.
Serious stuff.
If you happen to get past him in the primary, and that is a gigantic if, this is who you will face. Cameron Hank Harrison, beloved television star and Tea Party hero, who is running as the outsider in this race in spite of having $65 million already in the bank and off-the-charts name recognition.
And what do we have?
You.
I'm flattered. But anything else?
Us.
Are you sure you're up for this? No more Appalachian Trail walkabouts?
You know, I actually was on the Appalachian Trail in Maine.
Well, welcome home.
So Jimmy's going to be following you around 24/7. He's going to be filming you. We'll cut together some spots about who you are, what you're about, your commitment to service, your dedication to this office, that kind of thing.
And people are going to want to see this.
We only hope.
Thank you so much. In the words of the great Hubert Humphrey, I am proud to be here today to represent the people who don't always have a voice. Those in the dawn of life, our children. Those in the shadows of life, our poor. And those in the dusk of life, our elderly. I am proud to be here on behalf of those who work to make California work. The people who build our houses, teach our children, care for our sick, put out the fires, protect our streets, cook our food, pick our fruit, drive the trucks, and clean our offices. I am here because we are all in this together when it comes to standing tall and standing strong to fight the California dream.
Field goal.
Where are we?
Still in the single digits, 6%. Oh, there's still time.
While they will protect Wall Street banks and lower taxes for corporations and millionaires, we will fight for jobs.
Can you do that again, but really emphasize we will fight for jobs?
While they will protect Wall Street banks and lower taxes for corporations and millionaires, we will fight for jobs. And while they will complain about what is wrong in America, we will focus on what is right in America. Today, our party, which has saved this nation from depression, from fascism, from racism, from corruption, is called upon to do it again. This time to save the state from confusion and division, from the threat of eventual fiscal disaster, and from those who lack the courage and vision to understand that we are all in this together.
A little higher. Yeah, yep. Now how is it? Perfect.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be a knife fight in the phone.
Protein shakes.
You sure you're gay?
Nope.
What the hell am I doing with Peaches?
Peaches. Peaches? Is this a thing or a fling?
We need her.
We need her. What if I told you I was screwing some hair product reporter because we needed him? What would you say?
Is he local or national?
You would not. What? No, we'll be there. We'll be there in less than 5. We're in the mission now. We're on our way.
Give it to me now, huh? You give me my meds? Huh? No, cut your fucking throat, little girl.
Excuse me, excuse me. Hey, hey.
Give it to me now, little girl.
Put it down, stop. Stop.
You too, Penelope? You gonna fucking diss me too? Huh? Fucking diss me too?
Hey, Tommy. Tommy, Marisol is one of the sweetest, nicest people I have ever met. She would never intentionally disrespect you. And you know that, right?
That's not true.
Never. We don't even have the pills you want, Tommy. Okay, Tommy. Give me the knife, okay? Please.
No, I need my knife.
I know. Give me the knife. Give me the knife, Tom. Please. Give me the knife.
No.
Give me the knife. Please. Give me the knife.
My meds, Penelope. My meds, Penelope.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Take it easy. I'll get you inside.
Holy shit.
glad you're okay.
Fine.
I'm glad.
And
You're fine. I'm so sorry. Really, really sorry. You know?
Don't be sorry. No, we're just glad that everyone's okay and that Jimmy called us.
Yeah, I mean, you were amazing out there.
Yeah.
Incredible.
No, you see, one of the biggest cliches about this neighborhood. Normally, it's not like this, really. You're probably right. If I can't even control my own little space, how can I control an entire state? Right? Oh.
So this is what you brought. Facebook likes, 1.2 million and counting. Number of YouTube views of you taking the knife away from the crazy person, 4,318,000.
And counting. Watch us.
She's awesome. She's really inspiring.
That lady is definitely walking the walk.
Okay, you cannot take that bandage off until the election.
It's been almost 2 weeks. I think it's time.
No, you gotta give me at least another month.
I'll give you a week.
So,
What the fuck?
What?
get up. Helping the homeless is nothing new for San Francisco. We have a long history of it in our city. But what is new is a program one of the volunteers here has started.
Exhale. Breathe in.
Tawny Shearson is no ordinary volunteer. She has started a special program for
Breathe
San
in.
Francisco's homeless children.
Well, the idea is, why should only rich children get all the amazing benefits of yoga? These kids love it. They can't get enough of it. And honestly, I can't get enough teaching them.
Tawny Shearson, a woman truly making a difference for those who need it most. Rick Sanchez, KXSF News at St. Mary's Church in the Tenderloin.
Okay, so when she's not blackmailing us, she's running for Saint.
Those guys are good.
Mandy Denton behind this?
100%. And we violated the #1 commandment in politics. We had her down, and we did not put in the shiv.
All right, when you think of family, what are the first things you think of?
Love, protection, warmth,
Security, fun,
caring, a bond, support.
strength as a unit, shelter.
It's good. When we get
Penelope
back,
Nelson runs this clinic. The same Penelope Nelson who claims she's qualified to be your governor.
What she doesn't tell you is 28% of those who come here are not Americans, but illegal aliens. And it's all funded by you. You pay far too much in taxes already so that Penelope can spend your money on illegals. You work hard. You play by the rules. Why doesn't she? Hank Harrison. Let's make California great again.
I'm Hank Harrison. With your help, we can take back our government.
that's good.
Now it's really antheming. Tawny's lawyer.
Eric the Red has scheduled a press conference with Tawny tomorrow at 6. He'll call it off if we deliver him $2 million tomorrow at 4.
Down $1 million. It's still blackmail.
And the answer is
No fucking way.
Good, okay. Good, okay. All right, first, Tawny has a story.
But so does Peaches. And her new BFF, Angela.
How is that going?
All set.
Good. And second, starting on the 5 o'clock news, we're launching a saturation buy of the downed helicopter spot with your war buddy. 3, we are making your name and the word family synonymous. Think Stephen Green, think family.
Take all the things that family means and go from there. Like love, warmth, strength, protection, support, caring.
And with each one of those, we do a photo and message of the day.
Like what?
Well, let's start. The last one on the list, caring, is in caring for your children's future. We've worked something up around your affordable college program, which I love, incidentally.
We'll send you to a school or something.
Yeah.
4th, editorials. Tawny's gonna cry to every reporter with a laptop that you're a bad guy. We get editorials saying that the last thing anybody needs in this economy is more lipstick and pig stories. Everybody should be focusing on real issues that affect real Americans.
Okay, how about this? We suggest, gently, but serve it on a silver platter, that Tawny is a complete distraction from real issues. And let them hark back to when Mark Twain was a reporter here, and that he can see through all the smoke and nonsense. Like this smoke and nonsense.
Mark Twain. They love Mark Twain. I love quoting Mark Twain.
Well, she actually uses 0 fossil fuels, and thus has 0 emissions. She can go at highway speeds, and what's more, she was built entirely by the class you see here.
Thank you all for coming. This is Tawny Shearson.
Hello.
She's going to tell you quite a story about a woman wronged by a United States senator.
Senator, last month we went to the California Solar Challenge, and of the 5 finalists, we were the only public school there. But we won. And what we're showing here is that what it takes to achieve in science isn't all about money. It's about inventiveness and creativity and brainpower, all of which this class has in abundance.
Well, this is amazing. This is truly amazing. And I think I speak for myself, but I also think I speak for every senator when I say that we can learn a lot from Mr. Quinn's class. It's truly amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Senator Green!
Please, just one question.
Senator Green, one question. Senator Green, are you aware of the press conference Tawny Shearson just gave? She's claiming you had an affair.
I was just thinking about something that Mark Twain once said, which is, when in doubt, tell the truth. Well, here's the truth. I have a bad back. I injured it in the service in Afghanistan. And I received physical therapy for that injury, including massages. And during one of those massages, I crossed the line. And here's some more truth. There's no one to blame for this but me. There's no excuse for what I did. It was wrong. It was wrong to do to my family. It was wrong to do to the people that I set an example for. It was just plain wrong, period. Now, I could stand up here and I could spin the facts and I could maybe fool some of you, but I believe that the people of California deserve better. I think that we are all tired of the spin. So I am just here to offer my sincere apology. And it is my hope that the citizens of California will forgive me for this mistake and will choose to re-elect me. I promise I will be your senator, and I will work tirelessly for the things that matter most to you, like classes taught by Matt Quinn here, where our children are truly inventing the future. And to that end, I am proposing a oil company windfall profit tax, with the revenue providing the funds for every student in America with a B+ average and above to go to college. I'm prepared to do everything for you as a not perfect, but a truly dedicated man who will always fight for you.
In Afghanistan, my helicopter was shot down. Both of my legs and 4 ribs were broken. The enemy came to finish us off. The young officer that I was transporting single-handedly fought off an entire squad of Taliban until reinforcements could arrive.
Up, up, up! Senator, you have jumped 5 points. It is off the charts. Woo! On the other hand, Tawny is going to kick ass if she ever decides to open a chain of massage parlors.
Oh, sweet. Tell him to check his email. Jimmy just sent us all the presents.
Check your email. We got something coming your way.
And then Tawny went up to the rollerblade guy and took
2 knee pads, and she said, these guys, a ticket to Washington, and this body, and I'm golden. How did that make you feel?
That is room service.
Oh my God. Penelope's video just got 5 million views on YouTube.
You see, when you're doing God's work and you're at the right place at the right time, good things happen.
Best $100 you ever spent.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
What are you talking about? Does somebody want to tell me what's going on?
It's okay.
Oh my God. I just assumed that she told you your girl here had me send the guy to the clinic.
You did what?
Okay, in her defense, I gave the guy $100. I told him to scream, wave the knife around a little, and no way. I did not think that he was going to take a hostage. I didn't think that was going to happen.
You gave a junkie a knife?
Yeah, well, in retrospect.
Meg Whitman spent $175 million plus running for governor. We spent $100 and took Penelope's name recognition from non-existent to omnipresent. Am I fired?
You are a brilliant, beautiful woman. What happened to the guy?
He's doing 90 days. Give him another 500 when he gets out. He'll send me flowers for such a nice payday. Okay, I'll give him 1,000.
As we've been reporting, Stephen Green had an easy re-election tonight, but the real story is right here. In a gubernatorial race that's too tight to call between upstart candidate Penelope Nelson and Hollywood megastar Hank Harrison.
We have really done something incredible. No matter what happens tonight, we have done something.
It was a very steep hill to climb indeed. Ms. Nelson is going to need a huge turnout in Los Angeles and the Bay Area if she has any hope of eating into Mr. Harrison's margins. Again, very discouraging news for Ms. Nelson's campaign and her supporters. Hank Harrison, one of the country's most popular television and movie stars, has been in the public eye for over 3 decades. And with 76% of precincts reporting, if he can maintain that lead, he'll be our next governor. We have just learned that Santa Barbara, San Joaquin, and Sacramento counties, all bellwether counties, have reported, and all 3 have gone narrowly for Hank Harrison. This is a devastating blow to Ms. Nelson's campaign.
Right.
Sacramento must also be particularly disappointing for her,
You okay?
as traditionally as goes Sacramento County, so goes California. And we're still waiting for results from Los Angeles County and the Bay Area to come. Okay. We just got word Los Angeles County has reported, and Penelope Nelson is over the top. What an incredible victory for Penelope Nelson. Penelope Nelson, who ran her campaign on passion and promise for so very little money, will be the next governor of California. Unbelievable. Congratulations to Governor-elect Dr. Penelope Nelson.
Thank you.
Thank you, California! Thank you!
And at the governor's mansion earlier, this was the scene.
What a feeling!
Nice. Hey!
There she is.
Oh, thank you. Oh. And you.
Well,
I think it's wow, Governor.
absolutely wow, Governor.
I got a lot of work to do. So do both of you.
Well, I'm losing her. I'm losing her to medical school. This is her swan song.
Actually, I'm gonna withdraw my apps.
Really?
Really.
Well, I gotta get reelected in 4 years, and I can't get stabbed twice, you know.
Oh, we'll think of something.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on.